Alright, so this is Telefy.
Holy shit.
Episode something?
Episode this one.
Episode this one, every Tuesday, all day.
Except for last Tuesday.
Tuesday, all the time.
And deliveries here.
Is it, or is it? No, wait. I know what this is. Hold on.
Ooh. Drum roll, please.
You're expecting pizza.
I told you.
Why are you not pizza?
Why are you not pizza?
I told you not to lock the door.
I got normal sauce this time. That was more of a confession than anything else.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. We're on Telefy. We're live on the air.
Hi.
Yeah.
We're not live.
Yes.
I mean, we are. We're live.
Live-ish.
Every day that starts with 2, we are live for 12 hours.
We'll do it live!
We'll do it live!
Told you not to lock the door.
Gotterdammerung. These are the InfoWars.
These are the InfoWars.
He says Gotterdammerung in that fucking clip. So Alex Jones, crazy dude. There's a clip on him on the internet. Look it up.
The truth is out there!
At some point he yells Gotterdammerung, and I didn't know what it was, but listening to the hardcore history, I found out what Gotterdammerung is.
It's super familiar.
It's the Germans' plan when the Russians invaded Berlin was to, like, eradicate their own people. They wanted every German to fight to the last German.
Oh.
That was, like, the Gotterdammerung, which is why they put the old men and the kids and the...
Okay, send them in first.
I'm
a
happy.
wall out of corpses.
I know what that is now in context.
Well, see, they were taking the Russian idea of eventually they'll run out of bullets if we throw enough people at them.
No, yeah, look. There are so many interesting things about that conflict. It's so interesting.
He's been listening to hardcore history.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking of changing the name of this podcast to Podcast the Podcast, where we just talk about other podcasts.
I've also been listening to the room where it's happening, the Hamilton Fancast.
Woo, woo. Which I would like to say, I just got back from Chicago where I saw Hamilton, and Wayne Brady was a fantastic Aaron Burr.
And also, Wayne Brady is in that one episode of the Chappelle Show, and we watched both the Chappelle stand-ups, which are fantastic.
Yes.
They're very, very good.
A little transphobic.
I mean, he's an old man.
We talked about
What? Yeah, what? I don't think he's transphobic. Okay, so we should talk about Dave Chappelle's transphobia.
I haven't watched any of it.
He says something, I mean, when you watch it, you'll notice. In both of his stand-ups, there's some comments that are strange.
Okay.
In a 2017 purview, you know.
Such as?
In like 2003, it would have been like, all right, then it's Dave Chappelle. He's doing hard jokes, making us uncomfortable.
That's kind of what
Which
he
is
does.
why I think there are so many white people in all the audiences of the specials, because it's like a roller coaster ride.
We want to get offended like we hear other people get.
Yeah, we want to get really scared.
We want to try this whole being on the other side of privilege thing. I hear tell that it's not that fun.
Take the entitlement from my hands and then quickly put it back, please.
I get sad when you take it away for too long.
But yeah, like he said some things which are like the standard, like, I guess transphobic things, which are like, that man isn't a man, that's a woman. Or like, that woman has a penis, that's clearly a man.
I'm calling Wayne.
But then he says other things like, I'm perfectly fine with how you do your thing. But to what extent am I expected to be part of that? Which is like, fine. Also a joke from 2003.
Yeah.
But whatever. And there's another one in his...
well, he's been out of the limelight for a while, so cut him some slack.
No, yeah. There's also one where he's like, does anybody else miss Bruce? This guy ran faster than all... Like, he makes a lot of like racial jokes about Bruce Jenner running faster than other people.
Uh-huh.
And it's just... It's interesting to watch in like that lens of him being gone for 10 years and him coming back. Other than that, all the jokes are great. I love it. He's still doing the racial stuff, which is great.
Good.
I'm glad he didn't come down from that. He doesn't do any political stuff, which is fine. But that's our review of the 2 Dave Chappelle stand-ups on Netflix, which they paid $16 million for.
Good grief.
So, holy cannoli. All right, so do we have any Florida stories?
We do. We have Florida Man, and actually this week, in a first ever continuation of a previous story, we have an update on the previous Florida Man story.
All right.
Do you remember a while back the story about the Florida woman who was selling butt implants?
Yes.
And she was using cement and Fix-A-Flat?
The entrepreneur.
Yes. The woman who we actually considered starting a Patreon for.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea.
Apparently she was tried and convicted of manslaughter.
Oh!
Or as I like to call it, man's laughter. That's how it's spelled, damn it.
The silence.
But she got 10 years in prison for it.
I wonder if that's directly related to the cement.
Maybe.
I feel like she might be responsible if someone were to die.
My thought is You see, this is what's wrong with this country, is we discourage entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurial spirit is the spirit of the American people.
And Big Brother is choking that spirit out of us.
I saw Hamilton. I know how it is. I've been re-listening to Hamilton lately. Once again, we're going back to this. And
we'll come back to Florida people in a minute.
Yeah, well, we have tangents. It's a conversation. But I was thinking about the time Mike Pence saw Hamilton, and he said he was like
assaulted on, or like
kind of,
assaulted.
But like Hamilton,
but then defended them.
Right? But Mike Pence is like from Libertaria. Mm-hmm. Yeah? But like the whole story of Hamilton is Libertaria. Mm-hmm. So he calls himself a libertarian? What?
I don't fucking know.
It's weird.
I try not to think about Mike Pence because honestly, he scares me more than Trump does.
Oh yeah, he looks more like a sock puppet.
Yeah.
Lately,
like a vague approximation of what a human should look like.
Yeah, I think his wife actually is controlling him, which is the scary part.
Where's the hand?
Yeah. He calls his wife mother, which is strange.
Okie dokie. Florida man decides paying for chicken, ribs, fries, and wings is overrated. Oh, he also stole an empty cash register for reasons still unclear.
Alright, so...
Empty cash register.
So this actually sounds, again, like the entrepreneur.
He's trying to start a business.
He's trying to start a business. He needs these necessary supplies that the state is unwilling to provide.
He's doing what our business does and going to another business, buying their supplies and reselling them.
Exactly. See, if the state just supplied, if this was a perfect communist utopia...
The state provides all.
Let me get on my soapbox for a second. If they just provided chicken wings from the state... I got to thinking the other day.
Imagine what state chicken wings would taste like.
State chicken wings? They would be lemon pepper. We wouldn't be able to help that. They would be regional flavors. Oh, you want honey barbecue? You got to drive 145 miles to the west.
Yeah.
Once you hit Texas,
Alabama for that shit.
Yeah. Once you hit Texas, you can have that teriyaki.
No, you actually legitimately have to go to China to get teriyaki wings.
Yeah, it's all just one. The whole world is one like communist utopia.
It's actually a chicken wing based economy.
What if
a redistribution of meat?
This is just, and I'm throwing this out there. This is probably a very dumb idea, but sometimes those things need to be said.
This is the podcast for that.
I don't think it's necessarily offensive, but some might see it that way. If we
bring back Bruce Jenner, is that what you're saying?
Some might see it that way. No, what if we gave, like, the state supplied, like, really nice fitted suits to all the homeless people? Are we there?
Is that the period at the end of this?
That's the period. That's it.
Just provide suits for homeless people.
Well, I think the state should, like, the state as in the federal government should provide professional clothing to everybody. But...
Or just do away with professional clothing.
I mean, it's their image. They can have us look however they want. Mm-hmm. Or can they? So, with like a yellow suit, and they shoot you in the head. Day, man. Picture of the Trump man. Oh, God. It reminds me of, there was a decorated general with a heart of sows.
Oh, God, no. Not that again. Anyways...
She blinded me with science. That was a great shift. I was really in rare form that night.
Yeah.
I was in a good mood.
Also on the Florida Man Reddit, apparently they couldn't figure out what gender the fake cement doctor was, because I've got one article here about Florida Man and one about Florida Woman, and they just can't seem to agree.
Interesting.
I'm going to go with Florida Woman because that was the original thing I saw.
Yeah, no, Florida Woman, I respect that more. The entrepreneurial spirit needs to be more prevalent in, like, that sect of society. Mm-hmm. You know, I think we should support that more female-run businesses, more female employees at higher levels of corporation.
Do you need to take that?
No, there's a number calling me that I don't recognize. But
probably a bill corrector.
Oh yes,
bill corrector.
Bill corrector. Correct my bills, please.
Now Reddit is in rare form today because some of these like post titles are pretty great. Florida man disguised as inmate almost dies on a 15-day, 8,000-mile ride on a prison transport van. Take heart, though, our hero is saved. That is the full post title.
That's good. I like that. I appreciate that.
Florida man discovers bale of marijuana on Daytona Beach, and I have to wonder what measurement comes just before bale.
Now,
and how many of that particular measurement are in bale?
I think it's metric shit ton.
But yeah,
and then beyond that,
yeah, ass loads maybe.
All right, this is third call from this number.
We need to pause the podcast.
I don't want to take it. Is the thing.
Okay. Well,
I have a voicemail.
Turn your vibrate off.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Turn off your vibrator. Put all your cell phones to vibrate and all your vibrators to cell phones.
If they just leave a message, I'll check the message.
And then...
Or text me.
Let's see here.
I have a feeling it's a customer.
We've got 3. 3 last ones. And I'm just going to... It's going to be a lightning round. I'm going to read all these off. I don't want to comment on any of them until I get to the end of it.
Okay.
1. Florida man imitates Bruce Lee in nunchuck attack. 2. Florida woman assaults police officer with a tampon. 3. Florida woman smuggles Mexican girl, enslaves her, attempts to impregnate her with her FW's boyfriend's semen, pimps her out, and finally gets caught.
Okay, so I think this is actually a crime-stopping team. They're actually a team of Avengers kind of thing.
I'm just trying to figure out what FW is.
FW?
Let's see
FW,
here.
and this person has to have semen, so it's a man.
Let's see here.
Thinking...
It's her boyfriend.
Ew.
Retrieved from used condoms. Ew.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Don't Breathe.
Don't breath.
Don't breath.
It doesn't say what FW is. Anyways. Frank Swilley is what we're going to call it. Her boyfriend.
Frank Swilley.
Yeah, her boyfriend Frank Swilley.
Yeah. They retrieved this. There's something so gross about that. They retrieved this even from Frank Swilley's old used condoms. That's, heebie-jeebies. That's way worse than the tampon thrower.
Yeah.
Tampon thrower.
I definitely buried the lead on that one.
No, yeah. That one is, that's rough. I think tampon thrower and nunchuck man are hunting down Frank Swilley, actually. That's why it's a pseudonym.
Is that pizza?
I have a feeling I know what that number was. All right. We are back, and we just received pizza, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a second with more hilarious antics.
Yay. Welcome back to Delivery Jerks.
Delivery. That's Click and Clack, the Delivery Brothers. We're here to talk about cars fucking. From the movie Cars. Well, Ryan, how do you think they fuck?
There's a tailpipe joke in there somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
Back that trunk up.
Now, let's say this is something I heard on another podcast. I think it's worth conversing over.
Now, are we actually recording this?
Oh, we're back. There's going to be parts of that all over.
Okay. Now, my question is: in Europe, do they call it doing it in the boot?
Doing it in the boot.
Instead of junk in the trunk?
Junk in the trunk, yeah. No,
they're going to shoot the boot?
I want to learn way more about the way that Europeans describe their sexual activities. Or maybe they don't at all because they're either very like free thinking and like open about their sexual behavior, or they're abducting American girls into something.
It depends on what part of Europe you're in.
It's really one or the other with Europe, honestly.
If movies are any indication.
Exactly. Either you're in like Western Europe somewhere and you're having a good time and it's just like crazy sexual stuff happening. It's nuts.
Or you're in Eastern Europe and well, that speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's the language really. It's they don't. The phrase "make love" doesn't really translate.
Mm. No, I think in that case it's take love.
So what's up? Kidnap love. You want to kidnap love tonight?
It's the struggle snuggle.
Oh God. That term hasn't come back in a long time.
That's what I call it whenever the cat tries to run away from me, and I force her to sit with me.
Oh yeah, there was a dog. I was hanging out with a dog last night, and well, there are also people. There was people who.
But the dog's the important one.
And the dog was there, and the dog was like licking my face, and I was like, I think they should just replace all like antidepressants with just puppies. It should just like.
All right, snowflake boy.
Have a puppy come over for like an hour and a half, licks your face. The handler takes it out of the house.
And you're sad again.
Well, I mean, you had the puppy. You should appreciate the puppy.
You're happy when the puppy's there.
Only snowflakes miss their puppies.
So do we have a topic this week?
Well, I was actually going to go further into the topic of cars from the movie Cars and how they reproduce.
Makes you wonder if there's a movie called Factories about the factories where they're made.
Now, exactly. Now, do you think these factories are sentient? Which is a question also brought up.
Well, the cars are sentient. And the planes are sentient, and Pixar has said that all their movies take place in the same universe.
And also the boats are sentient, so the cars travel on boats that are sentient inside of the boats.
Mm-hmm. People riding people.
Now, what do you think was their reasoning for not making the headlights the eyes of the cars and making the windshield instead?
Because of the saying, maybe the eyes are the windows to the soul. They actually use an actual window.
It's a pretty good reason. I just thought it'd be weird to see like no one driving the car. See a steering wheel with no one.
Super hard to animate.
I'd like to think the car, if you were to cut open one of the cars, it's like super like biological. Like there's no mechanical parts in it. There's just creatures that evolved to be cars.
No, they didn't evolve to be cars. They evolved to look exactly like them.
Mm-hmm. It was a defense mechanism to avoid the people. The human men.
Because humans always avoid cars. We never use those.
Mm-mm. Not in the year 2424.
Or the year 6969.
Did you ever hear that Zagar and the Evans song?
What in the Who House?
Zagar and the Evans.
No idea what that is.
It's this weird 70s band. It's they have this song. It's like in the year 25.
Yeah, I know that one. That's Aquarius.
Yeah, it's a weird fucking song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was parodied in the one of the Futurama's episodes where they are flashing forward in time.
I can believe that. It's nerdy enough.
Yeah, they're talking about in the year
or something.
It's like in the year 1.5 million, humanity was enslaved by giraffe. Man will pay for all of his misdeeds when the trees have been stripped of their leaves.
I need to watch more Futurama. I was addicted to it as like a preteen, but since then I haven't really watched a lot of it.
I've been addicted to it ever since I discovered the joys of Netflix.
That's a good point. I'm taking X-Files off.
Didn't watch it, so.
I love X-Files so much.
I'm aware.
There is the poster.
You want to believe. I think you do believe.
Now, Ryan, do you think the cars are aliens?
For those of you that are listening, he just put his glasses on.
Now, Ryan, do you think the cars are aliens? They come down from outer space? They study us for years?
I think they're being possessed by an alien comet. Much like the movie Maximum Overdrive.
What if the car part of the cars, bear with me, are simply exoskeletons?
I do every week.
Except last week. Are simply exoskeletons for the evolved human organisms within them.
Is this like a monster truck scenario? You familiar with that movie?
The recent one?
Uh-huh.
Something like that, yes. Yeah. But like humans in the year, as Zagar and the Evans would say, 25. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we're still alive. There's a really sad...
In the form of cars.
Yeah. There's a really sad part in that where it's like... that whole song is really depressing once you get to the end of it.
Yeah.
it's like, maybe God will look down and say, try again another day or something.
Yeah. No, it's a super dark song.
Oh yeah, it gets there. Definitely. It gets you there. Mm-hmm. So, there's some great Dave Chappelle jokes about like his sexual activities that I didn't even know anything about.
Yeah.
Apparently he's super into feet.
Okay.
Like a lot.
This is more than I ever wanted to hear.
And he uses it as an analog to talk about his friend being gay. Yeah. So he was like, so I heard you were gay. And he's like, he starts to get like defensive about it. He's like, no, man, I fuck feet. It's fine.
Safe space.
And then suddenly he was on the butt end of a joke with this dude. He was just like, wait a second. No, I appreciate it.
Butt end. Sir, in Europe, that's the boot end.
The boot
also
end.
In Canada.
God. Was that all boot? Sarah Palin should have been president.
What?
Sarah Palin.
Should have been president?
Honestly, if it would have saved us this.
It's like, I was telling you about the Seth Meyers jokes from whenever she and McCain were running.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorites was Sarah Palin has decided that she wants to go from mayor of a town of 4 to governor of a state of 12 to vice president of the United States.
Good.
Last time she was woken up with an emergency at 4 a.m. was because a moose got in the garbage.
Oh, no. Or Russia had bumped into Alaska. Oh, no.
Damn you, Russia!
I was trying to defect.
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, Sarah Palin probably would have turned Sean Connery away. She's that hapless.
No,
have you ever just thought about, like, running away? Like, with the libertarian strike that you do have, streak, not strike, have you ever thought about just running away to Alaska?
More than once.
You and guns?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like...
Although, it's kind of sad because Alaska is like a cold version of the South.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
More interesting people, though.
Different. I wouldn't say more interesting, but different.
Like, for instance, the indigenous culture didn't get Andrew Jackson right out of there, so they're...
Yeah. There's still a pretty heavy native population.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is super interesting, and it would be cool to, like,
they didn't get shuttled off into camps.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a lot more, like, history, and it's a lot less processed.
Yeah.
It's a lot more vegan-friendly, if you will.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like I said, it's the same thing as when I think about when I'm like moving back to Idaho. It's like
you the what?
Shut the fuck up.
I think with the Navy, right?
Yeah, I think about it as oh cool, I'm getting away from the South. But then I realize Idaho is basically the south of the North. It's yeah.
Deep down, you just want to be a coastal elite with a lot of freedom to just have a compound.
The only difference between here and Idaho is that here people shoot first and ask questions later. Up in Idaho, they just shoot.
Texas, they shoot while you're running away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't run, you'll die tired.
I really want to move to Texas. I want to buy land in New Mexico. Apparently, it's dirt cheap, and like property tax a year is like $12.
It's all dirt.
Well, yeah, but you could like get some solar panels in there, buy enough land to just live on for a while.
Start Elon Musk that shit.
Yeah. Self-sustaining.
So what we're going to do is we're going to nuke Mars. Make it livable, except for that whole radiation thing.
Yeah. Preliminary attack, we got to hit them first. Who's them? You don't know what I know.
The Mars.
The Mars. Okay, Tony Stark, fine. When he grows his goatee out, he just looks just like Tony Stark.
Talks like him, too.
It's scary. He has that weird accent, that South African accent.
Yeah, he does. Very strange. Him and Trevor Noah. South Africans are taking over.
Remember that speech he did about going to Mars?
Yeah.
Like last year sometime, and one of the questions he fielded where it was, can I kiss you? It's so ridiculous. Was no one checking these questions?
What was his response?
He was just like, he chuckled as you would expect.
But he didn't say no.
He didn't say no. I feel like Elon Musk gets plenty of attention.
Tail?
Yeah, plenty of tail.
If we're being lingo-y.
Lingo-y? You mean using lingo from 1976?
Lingo-y.
Getting a lot of tail? I feel like tail lasts a long time as like a term.
It's still used in abundance if you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I really want to... their drinking game in that?
Which one? Charlie McDennis?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I can never remember the name.
Char D. McDennis.
I know, it's their names.
The Game of Games.
The Game of Games, that's better. I always want to...
Well, because it's Charlie McDennis, the Game of Games.
I want to take the rules from that and like organize a drinking game around that involving like our own questions though.
Okay.
I feel like that would work theoretically. Like it's better than like New Girl Has True American, which is like their drinking game. Okay. And it looks super interesting, but also very complicated and takes a lot of people. So not as worth it.
Well, Charlie McDennis involves a lot of things. There's also a fair amount of blood involved.
Right, and I think we can get a dog cage. I know we can get one.
You go to jail. Take it out, you have to eat a cake. Oh, that's not so bad. No, you have to eat the ingredients of a cake.
It's just perfect.
He's just covered in flour. He's like, the ingredients of that cake make me so sick.
What was it? Like it was about to be the next round anyway. He didn't have to eat the cake. He would just get it out. Yeah. And then they get the black card out. It's like
flip coin. What? Oh yeah, I remember we were really hammered at this point. We were sick of doing this, so we just kind of phoned the last few in.
Oh god, that's a great show. You know, watch more of it. I really like the episode where they get lost in like the stadium.
Lost in the stadium.
Yeah, they're going to the World Series, and then they try and sneak in.
They don't actually get into the stadium. They get stuck in the Holiday Inn is the name of it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Trying to look for a secret passageway into the stadium.
Yeah. Don't they find a dead body?
They pretend they do.
Okay.
They were all wrecked out of their head on what they call riot punch.
Riot punch. Oh,
so they're hallucinating.
There's a drink called paint can that I want to try that's popular among fraternities in Missouri.
Paint can, huh? It's Missouri.
It involves a lot of moonshine and Mountain Dew in a paint can. Bear with me, Ryan. This is for those nights that you don't want to remember anymore.
Apparently.
No, God, I need to start eating better as I look at this slice of pizza. Because I haven't been able to get, like, rip-roaring drunk in a while. I usually, like, before that point, I'm like, I feel sick. I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know a thing or two about that.
I miss the stupid days. I miss the really, really dumb days where it's like, I'm invincible. It'll be great.
And the next year, like, not so much.
Yeah. Oh, that chicken tortellini. It's coming back for seconds.
Rise up! Oh, go back down. Go back down.
Red Tide. Just... We're the last people I would expect to make football jokes.
Yeah, we are really the last people to make football jokes.
Yeah.
Very subdued week.
It's been an interesting week. Last week could have been really suffocating considering everyone out of town, but it was fun. It was relaxing.
Uh-huh.
You got to travel a little bit.
I did. I got to go out of town.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah. I
4 days of hanging up sheetrock.
Exciting. I bought Mass Effect, so I've been playing that.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Quite a bit. I don't recommend getting it if you're uncomfortable with weird PC stuff because it reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah. Basically, if you want Mass Effect 1 with a different storyline, get that.
I like it. I think it was worth it.
While waiting because we ordered the Nintendo Switch, while waiting for that to come in, I've been trying to play as much Horizon as I can, so while I still have access to the gaming system.
Ashley has arrived. Is that your pile of things to sell?
Yeah.
I assumed.
Yeah.
She needs money.
Thought about the PlayStation?
She wants me to...
Hey, and it also comes with the extra controller, which is another $60 value.
That's a good deal. Right now,
I don't have money for rent.
Right.
So you're going to take his money so he doesn't have money for rent.
Right. Well, no.
The deal is I don't pay rent.
She doesn't pay rent, I get a PlayStation.
So...
We'll see. I haven't agreed to it yet.
How much what does that equal out to?
It's about the same price as a new PlayStation.
No.
How much? How much?
Like $2.
She's offering to give me $50, and Danny said he'd throw in $20, so that's $70 plus a PlayStation.
Plus a controller.
And what's the equivalent level of rent?
Like $300 in bills.
That's actually a fair deal. Considering you're getting, I'm assuming, all the games with it, plus 2 controllers.
Plus, he already has his games on there. So.
Exactly. That's a fair deal. It's just whether you have that amount of money to pay.
Do you have any other clients? Are you selling it to anyone else?
Is this a bidding war?
If you don't want it, I'm going to put it on Bobcat Exchange.
And they'll snatch it up PDQ.
It could stay here for months.
Gotta weigh your options.
I had to go to Hamilton. Couldn't just wait.
I couldn't wait for it. Oh! I was not throwing away my shot.
Wait for it.
To see Hamilton. I'm going to get another piece of pizza. No, I'm not.
I couldn't seem to die. Wait for it. So good.
I got nothing. I don't know. I'm assuming this is a Hamilton reference.
Yeah, there's a lot of him, but I have paint all over my hands. I went painting this morning. I've been up for some time. I got 3 hours of sleep. Where was it? 3 hours ago? 4 hours ago.
Woke up at 9.
Woke up at 9. That's why I had my alarm clock out there. I was sleeping on the couch, so I'd make sure I'd get
5
up.
5 hours.
I'm doing that, yeah.
I'm
not going to my 3-hour computer class today. That's not happening. Just pass out on the desk.
But yeah, I've been playing a shit ton of Horizon as much as I can lately. I beat the main storyline. I've been going back through and playing a bunch of the side quests. Played through the entire Shadow Karja, taking down the corrupt regime storyline. I'm level 39 now.
That's the one where you steal away the 2 children, right?
The child and the mother, yeah.
Yeah. No, I played that one before I traded it in to get Mass Effect.
It's a lot of fun. I got the ultimate power armor, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it sick?
It's pretty sweet.
Sick.
I was afraid because it has to recharge, so I figured you'd have to collect power cells or some shit to keep it going.
Right.
No, you just have to collect the power cells to unlock it, and then it automatically recharges. Like if the shield gets depleted, it takes a minute to recharge. Think of like Master Chief's armor.
Yeah.
But since I got that armor, I haven't had to heal. I haven't died. Nothing.
Oh.
Well, correction, I died once when I fell off of a tall neck instead of rappelling off of it.
Damn it, right.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's fine.
Those tall neck sequences are really good. I like those.
And then I have the Shadowhunter Bow, and I have 3 40% plus damage coils on it. Yeah. Those hardpoint arrows are pretty fucking sweet. Plus, I figured out that you don't have to hold the draw thing to fire. You can fire quickly.
Yeah, especially with that bow.
So much easier now.
Yeah, the sharpshooter bow, you have to hold it. But,
yeah.
And you get the you can unlock the perk where you can knock 3 arrows at once.
I haven't done that yet. It's next on my list.
It doesn't spread them; they all shoot straight line.
Gotcha.
So it's good. More plates.
Yeah.
Right.
She walked away with no plates, came back with
Yeah, it's her room is actually where we get the plates. They come out of the wall. We don't really understand what's happening. We don't
ask questions. We just take the plates.
We think at some point a gerbil was sacrificed to a dark serpent, and since then it's been producing plates for us. We call it pepperoni. We're taking care of it.
The serpent?
Yeah, pepperoni.
Because the gerbil's dead.
Yeah, it was Pepperoni's birthday last week.
Oh, okay.
We had a party. There's a video I was shown last night as I was playing with the dog that I mentioned before this. And there's a very large salamander's birthday.
Okay.
And his name is Pepperoni. And there was like a birthday feast, and this guy is like freestyling a song about pepperoni and his birthday. And it's just really heartwarming because he's really just honest about it, and he loves his salamander. He loves the salamander. And apparently this was 3 years ago, and there have been consecutively every year a birthday video, and also like intermittent videos. Like the most recent one was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Jesus.
About pepperoni. It's really great. And the titles are all really weird. Like, Where's My Mail Order Husband from Nebraska is one of them. It's really great. I recommend looking up like the pepperoni birthday song or something. It's one of those things that I said I hadn't seen, and they were like, "What?
You have to watch it."
Yeah.
Like whenever I say I haven't watched Stranger Things.
I like
That's usually followed by a sharp intake of breath.
No, everyone listening just went... Everyone just crashed their cars. A van full of nuns spun out of the intersection.
Well, I mean, if one of them goes out the window, penguins can fly.
Oh. Those poor nuns.
I took the joke and I ran with it.
Mr. Popper's penguins. Oh, did you hear about Tommy Lauren getting?
Yeah, banned from The Blaze. Or from what was The Blaze, wasn't it?
I don't remember. It was her thing. I don't know. The Blaze sounds right, because at first I thought it was a weed joke. So yeah, people aren't really sure how to feel about that, because they're worried about her being treated unfairly as a woman.
It'll be interesting to see what she does, because
I feel like she is in a great spot to do what... I forget her name. She was the commentator on the first debate with the president.
Oh, Meg Kelly?
Yeah. She's in a good spot to go with Meg Kelly's route and kind of just open up and like kind of just shit all over all the Republican stuff.
Yeah, because...
Which would be great.
To me, I think she's kind of boxed into a corner, because whatever she does at this point, she'll be seen as changing her views to suit her current situation. Exactly. So because she can't go back to Breitbart or any of the super hardcore right-wing establishments. Right. And it'll be, if she goes to one of the more moderate Republican standpoints, she'll have to follow their talking points, so people will shit on her for that. Mm-hmm. So she's in an interesting spot right now.
I think this is a perfect time for her to just like burn those bridges.
Yeah. Stop towing the party line.
Right. And then just move on with whatever she actually wants to do, because she has the public attention. Like, she clearly has the momentum to do anything she really wants to.
Yeah, because honestly, she's got enough publicity right now. She could do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah. I mean, for her, it's bad publicity, but then again, no publicity is really bad publicity.
Yeah, no press is bad press.
Right. Who is it? There's another guy. It was like Trump's campaign organizer, the first one, got fired, and he ended up working for Fox News as a commentator.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the kind of trajectory we're looking at here. Mm-hmm. Also, Meg Kelly has the book deal. And she's been saying a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, Meg Kelly really... I had no idea who she was.
Yeah. Like,
and then whenever that whole thing happened, I mean, she's kind of a badass.
She is kind of a badass. It makes me want to go back and like look at what she... Like, I feel like Trump...
And that hair.
I feel like Trump really made a mistake by like fucking with her.
Mm-hmm. Not someone to piss off.
Yeah, especially with everything that was going on simultaneously as those debates. There was the Roger Ailes stuff, and then she would come out against Roger Ailes for that stuff, because Fox News apparently is a terrible dark devil dungeon of weird misandry and shit.
Now that was the guy who owned Fox.
Yeah.
And the lawsuits against him, if I remember right? Yeah.
He's still...
I think he retired.
Yeah, I don't keep up.
He stepped down, quote unquote.
Right, but he's still got millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The
rich don't get punished.
At what point is a rich guy taking millions of dollars when he steps out from a company less of a this is my nest egg and more of a I just want to insult you. Because he does not need that money.
I feel like when there's I feel like when there's a zero after a number before a comma in the millions.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like when he was leaving the company, they were like, all right, Roger, we're going to offer you $1 billion to leave the company. He's like, I'll take $40 million.
Oh, so generous.
Like, I can't imagine that he needs any of that, and he's just like,
I'll take 4% of what you offered.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy part of North Korea with this. I like to imagine he's from Texas.
I own 40% of North Carolina. Why North Carolina? I don't know either.
So I've been thinking recently about how much Bill Clinton really wishes the 90s had stayed the 90s and never progressed from there.
Expand on that thought.
Just like how his whole world just sort of shifted downward after 99. Like everything just sort of crumbled.
Well, he did kind of go out of office.
Everything crumbled. It all fell apart.
So you're saying that he wishes he could have pulled an FDR?
Not that. I'm just saying he wishes he was a kind of dark wizard that could just make it stay 1999 forever.
Yeah, no.
So he could capitalize on that panic. And also the cool jackets. So one thing me and Bill Clinton have in common is we
bring back Slick Willie.
It was a wonderful, smooth-talking Arkansas hillbilly.
Arkansas hillbilly. And president of and my pick for president of the entire world.
John Mulaney.
Hey, man, I like your button. Which, if you like John Mulaney, listen to the Dollop podcast. They're not sponsoring, but I want to plug their shit.
Yeah, no.
They're hilarious.
Is he on, Dollop?
No, but one of the comedians reminds me so much of John Mulaney.
Yeah, I need to listen to that in Comedy Bang Bang.
I haven't listened to them.
Yeah, it's come up a couple times. It's interesting.
Yeah, they've talked about it. They said that they've been trying to kill Comedy Bang Bang.
The giant, yeah.
Yeah.
More pizza.
Do you really need more pizza? You were talking about trying to eat healthy.
Don't shame me now, man.
I always shame you.
That's fair. I haven't been eating Chinese food lately.
You're sustained by shit. Bullshit, you haven't been eating Chinese food lately.
I haven't eaten Chinese.
You ordered twice on Sunday.
But yesterday I had a free meal. I didn't get anything, which is probably a
mistake. Yeah.
But then again, I really just need to start breaking myself of that habit.
Prepare a sandwich of some sort and take it in with you.
I used to eat tuna fish sandwiches, and people just complained about my breath.
Well, then don't eat tuna fish.
It's the only good sandwich. Damn it.
It's not the only good damn it.
Yeah. I got
there are other good sandwiches.
Are there other good sandwiches?
Sandwiches, yes.
Sandwiches. Do you think I could get Jimmy John's delivered to the store?
That is a step in a different direction from where you're trying to go. Tangents belong in the podcast, not dietary decisions.
Dietary decisions. Listen. I'm day drinking, having only slept for 3 hours the previous night.
Okay, maybe dietary is not where you need to start with your decision making.
Precisely.
Maybe a general life.
Yeah. And in like 3 hours, I'll end up on my bike going somewhere. This is how it's going to happen.
You gotta exercise, man.
You gotta exercise.
Gotta push all that grease out through your pores.
I got places to be. There's like an improv thing going on downtown tonight, and I gotta check that out.
Where's that happening at?
Blackbird 7.
Always is.
Yeah. Never gone to one, actually.
Me either.
We seem elusive. It's hard to actually know when things are happening.
I had plenty of chances to go because one of the guys that it was in my friend group back when I lived in the dorms was super into it and always promoting it.
Right. I feel like if you live in the dorms, it's a little easier.
Yeah.
Here I'm so secluded.
Yeah. People. Yeah, I was home with my family for most of last week, and we went to Walmart one day. We went twice in one day, which is never a good day. But we went in the morning at 9:30.
Wait, can we just talk about how defeated someone feels when they go to Walmart the second time in a day?
You're like, I have to come back.
Yeah, you feel so... I went once to get toilet paper.
Uh-huh.
I left. I came back 4 hours later because I just needed Twinkies.
You're in a different place then. But no, we went in the morning and there were very few people there, and it wasn't too bad.
Right.
So we got in, we got our stuff, we got out. We went back at about 3 in the afternoon, and it had peopled. It had peopled hard.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
There were so many people there.
That's a good way to get manslaughter 1, just accidentally hitting somebody.
I just walked in and my shoulders just fell, and I was just like, ah. My mom just looked at me like, what? I was like, oh, did I say that? I thought that.
No, makes me want the Amazon Go dream. Just walk in, grab it, leave.
Well, Kroger's doing that option now. It's called
what is it called? Click card or something like that. Basically, you go online, you make a list of the things that you want, you pay your bill, and then you just drive to Kroger. Somebody has already picked it all out for you, and you just load it in your car and go.
That's delightful. I don't have that kind of money.
What, Kroger money, or having someone else do your shopping at Kroger money?
I have Papa John's money.
Papa John's and Walmart.
I have Papa John's once a week money.
I would have Kmart money, but they fucking closed.
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice that Kmart was surprisingly expensive for the quality of shit that they had?
They were failing for a long time. That specific Kmart was failing for a very long time.
I know, but every Kmart you went to, like, they would, like, everything that they offered was a good 10-20% more expensive than the same shit you could get at Walmart.
I was actually reading about outlet stores. Not reading, I was watching a Vox video. What am I going to do? Yeah.
Who reads?
I was reading the newspaper recently. It's a lie. So they were talking about how outlet stores would sell things like this price, but it was MSRP this, which is always a lie.
Yeah.
Because it was built specifically to be sold at outlet stores, not at the retail stores.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. So it was interesting to get into that. I'm just stop shopping at TJ Maxx. I don't trust TJ Maxx. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't trust them.
I want to say I got this shirt at like a Bell's or a TJ Maxx or some shit like that. Ross Dress for Less. Which never carries anything you need.
No.
They always have like 17 pairs of shoes and sizes that no one wears.
Yep. They have like weird cassette to like analog things.
Yeah, just random super specific niche
things you would probably have to buy on Amazon, but you know, it's here.
But only things that you could only find on Amazon, really. Like never anything that you would need on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah.
Like they sell wine aerators there and shit like that.
Wine aerators.
Decanters and things like that, and then you go and you're like, I just want a t-shirt. That's all I want.
I would like a white t-shirt. We have brown.
God damn it!
You know what? I should shake it up. All right.
Fuck you, Ross. And the horse you rode in on.
They're really just asking you to question your own belief system.
Yeah, change it up, man.
Change your life.
All right, that's the first one.
Like I said, it was going to be a burpee one. Are you selling the Blu-rays?
No.
Selling the tower? Are the Blu-rays wrong?
Don't step on the firecrackers.
Just fucking fuck you. She's like, how much you gonna offer?
You gotta start nailing things with the floor in your...
How much do you want for your floor nailer?
This table is hers.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shit.
Francis really wants this table, by the way.
I talked to my mom. It's not happening.
Knew it.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
She's like, that is an heirloom.
If she sells this one.
Yeah, well...
I'm going to tell you... Well, first of all, who in your family listens to this podcast?
Oh, nobody.
Okay, good. Because your mom came into the shop the other day and she was talking some shit about you.
Damn it, again!
It's okay, I talk shit right back to her.
No, yeah. But she managed to talk to you.
Yeah.
She got really mad at me about the New Orleans thing, by the way.
New Orleans thing?
Which is fine. You remember the panic?
Oh, the trying to get time off?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she got mad at me about that. I was like, that's fine, that's justified. Yeah, she also does not talk like, that is a family heirloom, as my impression would insinuate.
It's similar, but not that.
It's a more...
It's a higher pitched northeastern accent.
She was born in Jersey.
Yeah, and it shows.
Mm-hmm. To a French parents, weird.
Jersey.
Catholic French parents.
French Catholic. We only have the finest blood. We only have the finest blood of Christ. That was like 7 different accents thrown into one.
Gorlami.
Gorlami.
Sangre de Cristo.
Yeah, if we get the chance to go to that go to that gala, I am definitely
that would be great.
Gorlamying it up.
Just like bow ties everywhere. Last time I went,
prosthetic scar across my neck.
Last time I went was in 2014. It was the first film festival here.
Uh-huh.
By the way, there's a Milledgeville Film Festival in town because we happen to live in Milledgeville, and they have a film festival. So naturally, it's called the Milledgeville Film Festival. Where was I?
Creative name.
Yeah, they have a gala coming up, and I went in the first year in 2014. I got like a way to get in that wasn't paying, which was great because I was in high school. But I went. And it was like super black tie. And I was all about that. I love wearing me a good suit.
I miss having an opportunity and a reason to wear a suit.
Yeah. I want to buy a tuxedo soon. Jack Threads has some really cheap tuxedos. They're like $49.
Tuxedos are just the ugliest form of a suit.
See, I have this problem where I can justify everything I buy as it's a prop or a piece of costuming.
I'm sorry.
It's a big problem. I've been trying to get rid of stuff.
If I wear a tuxedo, it has to be with a straight tie because bow ties make my head look even bigger than it is, and that is not something that needs to happen.
Just like a skinny Tarantino tie with like a flat bottom.
Yeah, my hair is my head is super big to begin with, so.
No, I understand. I'm in the same boat. It's usually my torso is the biggest part of me that looks like a loaf of bread with arms and legs.
I'm looking at the Milledgeville Film Festival website right now.
Yeah, they're fun. They have their stuff pretty together.
Although I was talking about the 2016 film festival.
Yeah, they don't have that together.
Yeah, get your shit together.
No, I'm friends with some people working on the board and with their publicity, I guess. And they're working on getting stuff through. I'm sure it's very hectic over there right now. They're kind of behind schedule.
We need to create, promote, and get another film into the festival based on the harrowing tales of the hash-slinging slasher.
But, okay, hear me out. All right, stop.
Stop the podcast.
No, it's a hash-slinging slasher. All right, right?
But it's also a slash fic?
Kind of a slash fic. It's taking place in Eastern Germany during 1943 as the Russians are coming to Berlin. This is right after the Russians leave.
Okay.
And like the people there are like getting their shit together because like terrible stuff just happened. Mm-hmm. And they weren't expecting it at all. So this is like Prussia. And they're like getting their shit together and then just murders.
We have found some hash at the scene of the crime.
That was some hash. Where's the police? There are no more police.
We must take this into our own hands.
They all been slinged and slashed.
Hash everywhere. It took days to clean up.
I'm just imagining like a German farmer in like that long john thing with like overalls. Not overalls, like suspenders. And he's like looking out of his like window, just sort of like dumbfounded at like what's going on in his life.
It's the first scene of Inglourious Bastards.
Basically, but it's at night.
Okay.
And it's just mist. And there's like a moon and there's like farmland and he's looking out over his stuff and he has like a pipe because of course he has a pipe.
Of course he does.
And then over the distance he sees a lantern.
Just one lantern.
Just riding on a horse coming toward him. And that's how it starts.
He sees a glowing spatula.
And like it's him reacting to seeing that and then immediately cuts to police officer, like a German police officer, like, or let's say German soldier, why not?
Yeah.
Just like flipping through his notepad. And that's how the murder started. And like I love the idea of that cut where it's like this really weird Sleepy Hollow thing.
And that was how it all started.
No, it's just like he's talking to somebody else. He's like, he's not talking to the camera. He's like describing to like another person who's coming to solve this. Hans Landa, maybe. I don't know.
We can get him. He's not doing much these days. Christoph Waltz.
No, we'll get a guy who looks like Christoph Waltz. Looks like.
We can afford him.
He's a porn star, right? What are you going to do?
Christoph Waltz.
His name is Ich liebe dich.
Ich liebe Dick.
Ich liebe dich. And he's like, and that's how the murder started, and
this is how we will finish it.
And we keep finding hash everywhere.
This could happen. Make it happen. Somebody rough up a sketch and bring it to us. Submit it on our Gmail.
Yeah, on our Gmail. Telefy.fm.
Yeah, telefy.fm at gmail.com.
And you can tell us what you think about our neat post-war story about Germany going through a murder.
You could also become a producer. You could donate to our Patreon.
Our Patreon is always open. We also have our Facebook, which will lead you to the other places. We're on Slacker. No, not Slacker. Was it? Stitcher. Sorry. I had the movie in my head.
Yeah, you had the hash-slinging slasher in your head.
Hash-slinging slasher.
Yes.
So we're on our Facebook. You can find most of our stuff. Of course, if you're listening to this, you're probably on iTunes or something. And
you can find us wherever podcasts are distributed.
Right, exactly. And we would love it if you would review the podcast. That would really help us, and subscribe. And there will be another one of these every Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we just sit around, eat pizza, and be dumb for a while. That's just what we do.
Delivery jerks.
We should have called it Deliverance. Damn it.
Podcast over. New one starting next week.
I think we flew that one. I think during the first episode we flew that idea.
I'm going to have to go back and listen.
should have been Stephen King the podcast. If you're wondering what that's about, you should go listen to the first episode called Blind Pilot, and it's our pilot episode, and you can hear all about our different ideas for names for the podcast because we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But it has gotten better since then, and this is where we are now. So if you're willing to sit with us for a while on this train of hilarity and burning trash cans, you'll see some things happen.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while. We're going to defect to a good podcast. No, thank you for listening, and this has been Telefy FM episode, I want to say 10.
This is number 10.
Number 10.
So, we'll catch you later. Next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.